Quite a few years ago, I was leading a group to a retreat called City Reach that's held by Common Cathedral and Ecclesia Ministries. We hosted a clothing drive for people from the community to come in and to get what they need in order to go out and take a step forward in their lives, or to just live a little bit more safely in the winter conditions while experiencing chronic homelessness. At the end of our time at that retreat, our group was handling belts and shoes and bags and all those kinds of things, and everything had been picked through. It was pretty much all gone. And a young man brought this other gentleman down, and he said, all he needs is a belt. Can you help him? And we had no belts to give. We had basically nothing to give at that point in the day. And this man was getting ready to go for a job interview, and it was the only thing he needed. And you could feel his shoulders, just the weight settle on his shoulders, and the sense of defeat come over him. And then the young person who was with him saw this happen to him, and then just reached down and took off his belt and handed it to the man. And he walked away. He said nothing else. He just said, "Here," and walked away. The leaders of the retreat asked him, "What made you do that? Why make that choice?" And he said, "I had it to give, and so I gave it." It was that simple for him. He had this treasure, he had this thing that someone else needed, and he could give it, and he could share it. One of the ways that I think we lose our way as Christians is forgetting that Jesus calls us to love our neighbor. Yes, we're so good at talking about Jesus telling us to love our neighbor. But one of the really important ways we do love our neighbors is making sure they have what they need, by living and creating a life where greed is not the thing that is calling us forward, but in fact love and compassion is. What we do with our money, how we treat other people in business, in our culture, in our government, tells us what we love. Where we put our money in our wallets, in our trust funds, in our stocks, what we do with the finances of our churches and our businesses, how we treat our workers, all of it tells us what we believe in. We can say all we want, that we are here to love our neighbor. And unless our wallets reflect that reality, we have to ask if that's really true. And so as people of faith, we have an invitation, and I would say even a call, to call upon the businesses we give our money to call upon the government that receives our taxes, to call upon the Congress that decides what to do with those tax dollars, and tell them, we are here to love our neighbor, and our money tells us what we care about. Budgets are moral documents. If we are people of faith, if we call ourselves Christian, we can hear the words of Jesus. We can hear the words of Jesus saying, it is time to offer what we have, to meet a need, to love our neighbor as ourselves. Thank you.